Hello and welcome to the Worst Possible Commander Show, or TWPCS for short, if you want to be quick and efficient about it. I'm Ben and I'm here with my friends Blake.
Hey, what's up?
CGB.
The one and best of one.
And Shea.
Hello.
We're sponsored by CoolStuffInc.com. Use promo code WORST at checkout to get a 5% discount on your singles and show your love for our awesome show. I'm sorry, worst show, not awesome. It's also awesome though. Today we have a Praetor themed game. So we're all playing one of the Praetors, maybe the old one, maybe the new one. Who knows? We'll find out shortly when CGB takes over this part of the intro.
So, we have a Phyrexian Praetor Throwdown Showdown to try to build hype for Dominaria and the upcoming war with the Phyrexians that was announced as the theme for the next 4 sets in a row. So, I thought, what the heck? Let's each grab a Phyrexian Praetor of some kind and build a deck around it, and then we'll just all go after each other with them. And there are questions that must be answered. They don't have to do with Phyrexians. Yes. I know, you're asking. It's my birthday. Yes, that's why we're wearing this adorable hats, these beautiful sunglasses, and in a shocking twist turn of events that the world could not have predicted, it is also Shea's birthday.
Yeah!
Now you're wondering, is it all of our birthdays? No, we just happened to be born on the same day, and we didn't even know this before, but on this, the lovely August 23rd, it is this side of the table's birthday!
Yay!
Woo!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear CGB. Happy birthday to you. We nailed that. Holy crap, we nailed that.
It's weird just half of the people singing for a birthday though.
It's true.
I don't think it was weird that we didn't sing.
They would have ruined it.
Yeah.
It's too beautiful.
Yeah, your harmonies were so good.
So, anyway, in celebration of this wonderful day of recording that happens to be both of our birthdays and the Praetor Throwdown Showdown, where we're each piloting a deck with our commander being one of the legendary Phyrexian Praetors, it's just going to be a huge Dominaria hype event. I'm really looking forward to these very powerful monocolored giant monsters slamming into each other. And before we get all the way into it, we got that Patreon that we launched last week, and I want to thank everybody who signed up. It's kind of insane to see how many people signed up in just the first week. And one of our tiers is Shea's Salutations,
Yes.
which means that you will be giving salutations or a shout out to patrons who signed up in that tier or higher. We have so many on this first week, too many, that you're going to be reading a select randomly chosen subset, and then there will be more shout outs at the end of the show. Does that sound right? Did I get it right?
Yes, that is correct. And so right now, for those randomly selected shout outs for this part of the show, we've got Simic Gibby. We also have Mimir and Christopher Huffman and Craig Bayeski.
You guys are very cool. Thank you.
The
Yes.
coolest.
All right, Ben, set them up, because we're about to go around and discuss what exactly? The worst possible thing our decks
Our
can do
Praetor Phyrexians can do. Yes. So, I'm playing Urabrask, which I really do like red. I do like green though. I really like all the colors, to be honest. But I usually don't play red that much. But he's awesome. Urabrask the Hidden. Creatures you control have haste. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped.
Boo.
Really nice for hasty boys. So that's why I got this sneak attack coming in with my little... He's made friends with a certain creature type, the Eldrazi, to help him out to defeat his Phyrexian Praetor brethren.
So it's Hasty Eldrazi is your
with-
deck.
Yes, with Exile your library and Annihilator.
Sneak
Shenanigans.
Sneak attack with Annihilator looks pretty worst possible.
Yeah.
That is
Then
terrifying.
you're handsome.
Thanks.
Don't attack me.
Well, speaking of attacking you, tell us about your commander and your worst possible.
Before I do that, I do have a present to give you, CGB.
Oh.
For it was my birthday recently. I don't recall all of this. It's fine. I do have a present for you. You know, you gave me a beautiful token.
I did.
figured I would return the favor with this lovely food token. And the reason I chose a food is because it looks like a cake. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit all 60 candles on there, so there's only like 7 or 8, but you'll just have to count it.
It says Happy Birthday Nerd.
That's right, nerd.
It's not foil.
Neither was mine.
They didn't come in foil.
Neither did that one.
This one totally. Anyway, Shea,
Give it back if you don't want.
happy birthday. Since you didn't get her anything.
Oh! Well, happy
Shots?
birthday, Shay.
Fired. Thank you. Thank you. But that's for you.
Yeah, we'll just keep it here, and whoever gets most attached to it, we'll take it.
You
With
guys can like pass it back each week, you know, share it.
Sure,
among-
that will totally happen.
You're gonna
Yeah.
timeshare my food token.
They are,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
In
have to
any
give me a
case-
gift on my birthday, please.
In any case, I'm playing Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. So this is a creature. He costs 5 blue, so 7 mana. It's a 5/5. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. And it only triggers once a turn. When an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell. This only triggers once per turn. So, I've decided to give in to the whispers of Jin-Gitaxias, and I'm going to be playing extra turns. I have 10 extra turn spells here, and with Jin-Gitaxias out, they get copied, so I get to take, like 2 extra turns per one, which is like kind of cool, and you guys aren't going to get to play the game if you don't kill me quickly, so don't kill me quickly.
Yeah, I'd be nervous if that weren't 100% what I'm going to do. So I am playing Sheoldred, the Whispering one, and it's in Phyrexian. So I'm pretty sure it just says that Blake loses the game. But things I do remember about this card that is in Phyrexian is a 6/6 Swamp Walk creature, and at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, they have to sacrifice a creature, like a Jin-Gitaxias, for example. And at the beginning of my upkeep, I may return a creature card from my graveyard back to my hand. So my deck
Great
is...
battlefield.
Yeah,
Oh, to the
yeah, it's
battlefield?
Yeah.
Oh, you just got shinier. I like that. Okay, so yeah, I'll be reanimating stuff. You guys will be sacrificing stuff. It makes it really hard to keep some of these giant, dangerous Praetors on the battlefield, which I'm all for that. And my deck otherwise is a bunch of card draw and various Cabal coffers and ways to find it, tutors, the usual stuff that I play in the larger black-themed control decks. But, worst possible, Tergrid, the god of fright. If I have this out, then each upkeep you have to sacrifice a creature, and I will gain control of it. And I will be the greatest praetor of them all.
Oh no.
Gimmick infringement.
Oh,
Whoa, you're gonna take that, Shay, with his hiss?
on your birthday?
Yeah,
my
on your
birthday.
birthday? Jeez.
Wow. Well, you know what? I really don't want you to steal my commander because it's Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. Yeah, it's it costs 6 and 2 green. Trample. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana to your mana pool of any type that land produced. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step.
Did you need mana to take your extra turns?
Yes.
Yeah, I really don't want anybody else to have Vorinclex. But so for my worst possible, I mean, really this deck is ramp and big, stompy, scary, kill, kill, kill. One of the splashiest ways, or one of the most fun ways for me to do this, is with the Finale of Devastation, searching my library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and putting it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get +X and gain haste until end of turn. So I could, Finale of Devastation into, maybe Kogla, maybe Terastodon, or maybe an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, or maybe Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre. Gyre.
Gyro?
No. You're right.
Gyro.
Yes.
She's got
Tzatziki sauce, bro.
She's got some famous people coming to her birthday party. She got some
she does.
big time guests. showing
Birthday
up.
squad. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's the plan. Ramp and kill with Big Stompy. Love it.
So the Shea special.
Yep.
So let's get this Praetor Throwdown Showdown started. Just remember, you're cool. Or is that the That's not that.
You know what? Let's do it now.
You know what? They get to be cool at the start and the end.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, yeah.
Let's shuffle us.
That's beautiful.
Okay, Shea got the highest roll, the birthday girl of today, and she gets to go first.
I have a pregame action.
Whoa!
Really? Interesting.
Gemstone Caverns,
Nice.
Exile Hullbreaker Horror.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Ooh. Draw for turn. We're going to play a forest and we'll pass.
Okay. And we'll draw for turn. Play a mountain. Tap that mountain for a Wayfarer's Bauble. And I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Play an island. I'm going to spend 2 for an Everflowing Chalice for X equals 1.
All right, draw for turn. I will play a swamp. I will play a Sensei's Divining Top. Chronic waster of time in Commander games. Your turn, Shea.
Okay. Draw for turn. Yeah. We'll play Castle Garenbrig and pass.
Alright, I will untap, draw for turn. I'll play a mountain, and then I'll pass.
Fair enough. Island pass.
Wow, we are off to the races today.
Flooded.
I'll draw. I will play this beautiful swamp, and I will pass.
Draw for turn. We'll go forest. We're going to tap 3 for Runic Armasaur. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of a creature or land that isn't a mana ability, you may draw a card. Then I'll pass.
At Shea's unstep, I'll tap 2 to sacrifice the Wayfarer's Bauble to search for a basic land. And I'll put that mountain on the battlefield tapped. Then I'll untap and draw for turn. I will play another mountain. I'll tap 2 to play a Grim Monolith. And I'll tap 2 more to play a Ruby Medallion. And I'll pass.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to tap 4. I'm going to cast a Fact or Fiction, and because it's your birthday, CGB, I'm going to target Shea.
Beautiful.
So
Okay.
I get the top. Look at the top 5 cards of my deck. You get to separate them into 2 piles, and currently it is 3 mana rocks and 2 lands.
Oh my god.
Let's get it.
Ooh. All right, Blake. So the piles are Island, Thought Vessel, and the other one is Felwar Stone and Cold Steel Heart.
I will take the 2 mana ramp artifacts.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Going to play an island. I'm going to tap 2 for Felwar Stone. And then guess what's next?
Is it a
Cold Steel
Oh
Heart,
my
naming blue.
Good name.
Thank you. Pass the turn.
I will use Sensei's Divining Top on your end step. All right, put those back. Go to my turn, draw. I'll play a swamp, 2 mana, Demonic Tutor, search my library for a card. All right, I found my card, I put it into my hand. It's your turn, Shea.
Okie doke. I'll play War Room. Tapping 4 for Goreclaw. Terror of Qual Sisma.
Okay.
It's a good name. It's a good name. Nickname in high school, Shea?
Shea
Yeah.
Salutations.
So creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Whenever Goreclaw attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. Blake, my Armasaur's coming your way.
All right, how much?
It's 2.
All right.
Dose, sir.
I'll take it.
Then I will pass.
Play a mountain for turn. I'll tap 2 and the Grim Monolith, floating 3 colorless. With 1 colorless floating, I'll cast Urabrask. He's on the battlefield, guys.
Your creatures enter tapped, gamers.
Yeah, deal with it. With the 1 floating and a red, I'll play a Lightning Greaves. Then I'll tap 2 more to reduce by 1 from the Ruby Medallion to play Professional Facebreaker.
Ooh.
That was a whole lot of stuff you just played.
Yes, it was. I'll go to equip the Lightning Greaves to the Urabrask.
It's protected.
Okay, I'll move to combat. Okay, I'm going to send these presents to people. I'm going to attack Shea with a Professional Facebreaker and CGB with an Urabrask.
Ah, I see. You're going after the birthday folks.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
All right.
I have no blockers. I take 4.
Yep, no blacks.
Okay, I'll make 2 treasure tokens from that, from the Professional Facebreaker, because I attacked 2 opponents. Or did combat damage to 2. Then I'll pass.
Huh.
Just enough for some Jin-Gitaxias?
Jin-Gitaxias. He's been whispering in my ear. Jin-Gitaxias is now on the battlefield, so your first artifact, instant, or sorcery spell each turn gets countered. Go.
I will use my Sensei's Divining Top to look at a fresh 3 at the end of your turn. All right, move to my turn.
Oh, yeah.
Untap, draw. I'll play a Phyrexian Tower as my land for the turn. And then I'll tap these 3, and I'm going to cast Plague Crafter, which is a creature, and when it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card, and I'm going to, if it resolves, hold priority.
I'm going to cast a Force of Will, exiling counterspell.
That's interesting. So you have to pay 1 life, and then you copy your Force of Will. What will you choose for the
I'm going to
target?
target Plague Crafter with both.
Pretty good play. All right, Plague Crafter is countered. I tried. In that case, I'm done.
Play Rogue's Passage. All right, so I will be tapping 4 and Castle Garenbrig to use the ability of adding the 6 mana. And with Vorinclex's cost reduced by 2, I can cast Vorinclex.
In response to Vorinclex on the stack, assuming priority gets to me,
Yep.
I'm going to activate Sensei's Divining Top. This one will go on top, and I'm good.
Oh, guys, your commander's under tap.
True. True.
Urabrask. I'm going to send Goreclaw to Blake. I'm going to send Runic to Blake as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Attack trigger on Goreclaw?
Yep, so they will get +1/+1 and trample.
So how much damage am I taking?
Oh, actually, just Goreclaw is going to get the +1/+1 because it's power 4 or greater. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7.
Go to 30.
Then I will pass.
Watch out for that Vorinclex. If you tap a land now, it doesn't untap for another step.
I'll go to combat. I will attack Blake with Urabrask and Shea with the Facebreaker.
Yeah, I'm going to take 4.
Yep, and I'll be taking 2.
All right, I'll make 2 more treasures, going up to 4.
Oh,
I'm gonna use Facebreaker's ability and sack a treasure to exile the top card of my library, and I might play it this turn. Conduit of Ruin.
Ooh, that's not an artifact.
no.
I believe I have a Runic Armasaur trigger, so I'll draw a card.
I'll sack 3 treasures.
Because you don't want to tap lands into that
Yeah,
Vorinclex.
exactly.
Yes.
And tap 3 more lands. Okay, and I'll cast Conduit of Ruin. Boom. He's got haste, oh man. But when he when I cast him, he's not even on the battlefield yet. I may search my library for a colorless creature card with converted mana cost 7 or greater. To reveal it, and then put it in on the top of my library. And then the first creature spell I cast each turn costs 2 less. So let's just do that right now. So I got Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, and he goes right there for my next draw step. And then I'll pass.
Now, Shea playing the card she played was pretty good. But I'm still going to tap 6 mana, and I'm going to cast Part the Waterveil. So this lets me take an extra turn after this one, but it gets doubled, so I'm going to take 2 turns in a row. All right, I'm going to exile Part the Waterveil, and I'm going to move to combat, and I am going to slap the birthday girl for 5.
I'll take 5.
Don't worry, I'll get the birthday boy next. All right, I'm going to go to my first of 2 extra turns. These lands do not untap.
Yeah,
But
that's
these
right.
artifacts sure do. I'm going to play a Polluted Delta. I'm going to lose a life. All right, I grabbed a basic island.
And off your Polluted Delta, I will draw a card from the Runic Armosaur trigger.
I am going to, on this turn, I'm going to spend 3 blue mana. And I'm going to cast an Archmage's Charm. I'm going to choose target player draws 2 cards, but it's going to copy because of Jin, so I'm going to draw 4 cards.
Would you like to target me? It's my birthday.
I'm going to draw 4 cards. I'm going to move to combat. Bonk CGB for 5.
At least you remembered.
I'll never forget.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then in my second main phase, I'm going to spend 2 mana, and I'm going to cast a Spellskite.
That enters the battlefield tapped.
Sure
It
does.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go to my final extra turn. I'm going to untap. I'm going to untap these 3, but not these 2 because of Vorinclex, which that Vorinclex has done hefty amounts of work. I'm going to attack the birthday boy for 5.
Okay.
Birthday spankins.
2, 3,
Oh,
4,
no.
5.
Pass the turn.
I'll untap my lands because a few years ago I used them before Vorinclex entered the battlefield.
Few years ago.
I'll draw for turn. I will play a swamp, and I'm done.
All right, so I'm going to begin by paying the 4 into the Castle Garen Briggs ability. So that will generate 7.
All right, 7 mana that can only be used on creatures.
Can only be used on creatures. Using 4 of it to cast Vigor. So it's a 6/6 trampler. If damage will be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a 1/1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. Whenever Vigor is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library.
Blue Mage.
Tapped.
It is tapped.
So it resolves.
Yes. Yes.
Then I'm going to use 3 here. And then 4, 5 to cast a Shea, Soul of the Wild. So its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. So it's a 10/10. All right, then I'm going to move to combat.
In pass combat?
And not past combat. You know, I'm going to send Goreclaw and Vorinclex to Blake. And so this means that Goreclaw is going to get a +1/+1, and so is Vorinclex. So that's 8, 13 damage total.
13. How much you said?
13.
13.
Seems
commanding.
good, Shay.
Suspicious. You are not stressed out enough by that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my goodness
Yeah, no
gracious.
kidding. Dude.
Well, that concludes my turn. I'll pass to Ben.
Okay. I will not untap my lands, unfortunately. But I'll untap my creatures. Hell yeah. And then I'll draw this mysterious card we all don't know. I'll go right to combat. I'll swing Professional Facebreaker at the birthday girl, Urabrask at the birthday boy,
Yeah.
and Conduit of Ruin at Blake, the non-birthday person.
I'm going to block a Spellskite.
I can't block, so I'm taking another 4.
Yep.
Yep, and no blocks for me.
And I'll make 3 treasures with that. And I'll pass.
All right, at the end of your turn, I'm going to spend 2 mana with artifacts to cast Cyclonic Rift. I'm going to target this and the copy that Jin-Gitaxias makes on your commander. Wait. Actually, let's have the other one target a Shea.
It's my pleasure to inform you that your Cyclonic Rift cannot target a land. And because of a Shea, her creatures are lands.
They really do be lands.
Guess we're going round 2. I'm going to spend 6, 7, 8. I'm going to cast a Bacon of Tomorrow. This is going to copy with Jin-Gitaxias. Going to take 2 extra turns, and this is going to get shuffled into my deck. Shuffle Bacon of Tomorrow into my deck. Move to combat. Is it time for First Blood on Ben?
I'm not open. What are you talking about?
Sure isn't time for First Blood on Ben. 5 at Shea.
Mean. But hey, Vorinclex,
Yeah.
player removal.
Yeah.
Yeah, take 5.
All right, I'm going to go to my first of 2 extra turns. I'm going to cast a Sapphire Medallion using artifacts. And I'm going to move to combat.
That's a doubled Sapphire Medallion.
True, I get
Oh,
2 Sapphire
oh,
Medallions.
Ugh.
And I'm going to attack the birthday girl. Shea, 5 of you.
Girl.
Again.
Again.
The one with the commander up that's making
I
it so I can't take
know.
infinite turns.
I know. Yeah, no blocks for me. Take 5 damage.
I'm going to go to my final extra turn. I'm going to untap these lands now. I'm fully untapped for this one, team. Hut!
That face.
There's no extra turns in my hand.
Oh no.
It's saying there's a chance.
Yes. Yes.
CGB, I really want to attack you every turn, but you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Do I need to blow harder? If I were
So-
noisier.
Yeah, you want me to attack you?
I mean, if your threat assessment says this is the problem, you do what you gotta do.
I will attack Shea for 5.
Sad, but I will be blocking with my runic armosaur.
All right, let's tap some mana, shall we? 1, 2, 3, tapping for a blue. 4, 5. 5 mana, reduced by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Gadwick the Wizened for X equals 4.
Wow.
So this is going to let me draw 4 cards. And from now on, whenever I cast a blue spell, I can tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls, which does just so much against you, Shea, right now.
Sure does.
So I'm going to draw 4 cards. It will not. These get I'm going to put a little counter on these so I know not to untap them.
Speaking of tapped. Urabrask.
Is
Well,
that your reason for
You're welcome.
living, bro?
It's all I've got right now.
He's my little helper to remind me.
That's all that God he says.
It's all I've got.
Go ahead, CGB.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? A turn? For me?
I think I'm having a realization, actually. For
Another one.
My runic armosaur, right?
Yes.
Because of vigor.
Oh.
So it
Not
lives.
even dead.
It lives. So
And
if damage would be
again.
dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a 1/1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented that way.
Oh, why didn't you block the first time then?
I completely forgot.
Comments are going to be mad about that.
Hey, I realized it now.
So now it's a 7-12?
7,
7-10, sorry.
7-10.
That'll be nice coming back your way.
Oh man.
All right, I'll go to my turn. I'll draw. I'm done. I'm done.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to tap 1. It's going to enter my little doesn't untap lands area. I'm going to cast Fading Hope. Return target creature to its owner's hand. If its Malian value is 3 or less, scry 1. I get 2 of these because of Jin-Gitaxias. I'm going to bounce Vorinclex and a Shea.
No response. So these 2 were bouncing?
Back to your hand.
Okay.
All right, so on the end step, after the Vorinclex's bounce, I'm going to activate my top because now this land will untap like normal. Let's see if we can do anything cool on my birthday. I'll put these back in a slightly different order, and it's your turn, Shea.
Okay. We're going to pay 4 into Castle Garenbrig's ability, creating 6 mana, which is enough to cast Vorinclex again with the reduction from Goreclaw.
All right, Vorinclex on the stack. I'm going to tap 3 blue mana. I'm going to spend 1 of it to cast Cyclonic Rift. I'm going to hold priority. I'm going to let the copy resolve, though. So I've got a Cyclonic Rift. I'm going to target the Goreclaw and the Dinosaur Dune here.
Okay, so that gets doubled, and you get a trigger from Gadwick the Wizard.
Yes, and I will use that to tap down the Vigor. With my 2 other floating mana, I'm going to cast Narset's Reversal on the Cyclonic Rift copy. So now all I have is Cyclonic Rift is going to come back to my hand. Now your Goreclaw is going to go back to your hand and not your Dinosaur because the Cyclonic Rift that was targeting it is going back into my hand now.
Okay, but you are creating a copy of that Cyclonic Rift, so what's that targeting?
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to retarget that, and then that'll be good.
Okay, so my Runic Armasaur and my Goreclaw
Yeah,
are
they're both going to
going
get
to hand.
returned to hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so the same 2 creatures get bounced, but
Yeah.
now your Rift is back in
Yes,
your hand.
Correct. And I'm going to tap your Sensei's top.
You're going to target my top with...
Target non-land permanent an opponent controls.
All right, so move into my end step. I'll have some discarding to do, which is my least favorite thing.
At your end step, Shea, I'm going to sacrifice 3 treasures and tap 1 mountain to untap the Grim Monolith.
Okay, so I'm going to be discarding 2 Garruk Planeswalkers and my Runic Armasaur. Pass to you, Ben.
Okay. I'll untap just these 3 lands because that one's a degenerate land from Vorinclex's curse. I'll untap all my creatures. Then I'll go to draw a card. I'll tap 8 and reduce by 2. Oh, look, it's the creature we never expected. Ulamog. Whoa.
Cast trigger.
Cast. On cast, I will target, guess what? The Vorinclex and the Jin.
The Praetors.
The Praetors
The
get
Praetors.
destroyed by my Eldrazi friends.
Hmm.
Not even destroyed, exiled, actually.
Blue Mage?
They're exiled.
All right, I am going to see a nerd. Good night to this game.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Vorinclex will go to the command zone.
Still on the stack. Does he resolve? So.
That's a good question.
Sure does.
I'll go to combat. I wish I could make
Whoa,
4
whoa.
treasures.
I do have a response to that. All right, I'm going to pay 1 with the Sapphire Medallion reduction. I'm going to cast the Cyclonic Rift. I'm going to have this target Conduit of Ruin to return back. Oh, these aren't untapping, are they?
No, they are not.
They're not, no.
So then I'm going to target Ulamog, and I'm going to tap down Conduit of Ruin with the Gadwick trigger.
Ulamog back to hand. Bold strategy.
I know, I might regret it, but we're going to see.
Okay. I'm at combat now.
What's up?
1 at Shea, 1 at Blake.
Well, which?
4 at Blake, the Urabrask, and then 2 at Shea, just to get more treasures.
Seems good. Yeah, I'm going to take 4, and I'm going to be at 12 commander damage.
And I have no block, so I'll take 2 more from the Professional Facebreaker.
Shabam, shabam. Then I'll pass.
All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to play an island, and then I'm going to spend 2 mana. Actually, might as well use lands while I can, eh? 2 mana to cast the Teferi Master of Time. I'm going to tap your Sensei's Divining Top. Okay. I'm going to +1 him to loot. Pass the turn.
I'll play a Swamp for turn. I'll cast a Jeweled Lotus. I am going to cast Solemn Simulacrum.
Nice.
Sad Robot. Does that resolve?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to fetch a Swamp onto the battlefield tapped. I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to cast a Diabolic Intent. As an additional cost, I have to sacrifice a creature. I'm going to choose Solemn Simulacrum. I'm going to search my library for a card, put it into my hand, and then shuffle. All right, so I draw from Solemn. Now I will search. Okay, so I found a sweet card. And Shea, your turn.
At the end of your turn, I'm just going to add +1 Teferi to loot. I'm going to discard Consecrated Sphinx.
That speaks for itself.
All right, I'm going to play Ancient Tomb. Then I'll tap 4 for a Sky Shroud Claim. Search your library for up to 2 forest cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So I got my 2 forests. I'll tap my forests and my Ancient Tomb.
Because it's your
dealing-
birthday, I'll do it for you.
Oh, thank you
Yep.
so much. For Castle Garenbrig, giving me 6 mana. I will be using 5 of that to cast a Seedborn Muse. Moving to combat, I'm going to send Vigor to your Planeswalker, Blake.
I am going to send it to the Shadow Realm and phase it out until... So it's basically gone until the start of your next turn.
Okay. then I shall pass to you, Ben.
Okay. I'll untap my measly.
Whoa.
Oh.
No, I'm just going to enjoy this. Shea's going to untap more things by far on your untap step than
dude.
you do.
This is beautiful.
Go on.
Let's do it.
Thanks.
Let's do it together, Ben.
Oh, sure, yeah. I'll
So you
untap
can
my
finish
1
first.
land and my 3 creatures.
Yay!
I'll go to combat.
I shall respond.
Oh, God.
I'm going to start by looting with Teferi.
Here we go again.
I'm going to discard Otawara. I'm going to spend 3 blue mana, reduced by 2 because of Sapphire Medallion. I'm going to cast Teferi Mage of Zelfir. So this is going to trigger Gadwick. I'm going to use the Gadwick trigger to tap your Conduit of Ruin. And then what Teferi says, if it resolves, I assume it does, creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield have flash.
Ugh.
Each opponent can cast spells only at a time they could cast a sorcery.
In response, I'm going to use War Room's ability, paying 3, tapping, and paying life equal to the number of colors in my commander's color identity, which is 1, to draw a card. I will pass priority.
Okay.
Alright, I'll attack both my creatures at Blake, sacrificing a potential treasure to defeat my enemy. And one's got menace.
6.
6 total, 2 is menace, so you can't block.
And I go to 16 commander.
Yep.
I'm not a coward.
I will make 1 more treasure. So I have 3 total. I'll tap 1 and sacrifice 1 treasure to play a Solemn Simulacrum, Sad Robot. I'll search my library for a mountain. Got a mountain, goes on the battlefield tapped. Then I'll sacrifice the other 2 treasures to play Swiftfoot Boots.
Seems good.
And I'll pass.
I'm going to +1 the Teferi to loot, discard island. I'm going to pay 7 mana, +2 from Sapphire Medallion to replay Jin-Gitaxias. I'm going to tap down your Jeweled Lotus.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend 1 blue mana to cast Propaganda. So
Okay.
creatures, you have to pay 2 to attack me now. I'm going to tap down Seedborn Muse. I'm going to move to combat. And I'm going to attack Shea for 3.
No blocks. So I'll take 3.
Sounds good. And that's going to be CGB's turn.
End step, I'm going to use top to draw and replace. I'm going to evoke a Shriekmaw. This is a creature, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy target non-black, non-artifact creature. It's a 3/2, and I'll have to sacrifice it.
I'm going to +1 to Fairy.
Okay.
Yeah, that resolves.
Trigger on the stack.
Yes.
Target Jin-Gitaxias.
Oh, I should have known. Yeah, that's good.
Probably the best thing out there. Hold priority on the trigger, though. It hasn't resolved
Okay.
yet. I'm going to use Phyrexian Tower to sacrifice this for 2 black. And resolve trigger.
That trigger resolves, my friend.
Okay. Use 2 black and 4. Going to go for a Bolus's Citadel. I'm going to pay 6 life for a Burning Rune Demon. When this enters the battlefield, you may search your library for exactly 2 cards not named Burning Rune Demon that have different names. If you do, reveal them. Opponent chooses 1, chosen 1 into hand, the other into graveyard, and shuffle. All right. The 2 cards, Blake, are Sacrifice or Culling the Weak. 1 lets me sacrifice a creature for casting cost equal to black pips, and the other sacks for 4.
This will go into your hand.
Yep. All right, check top card. I will go to 15 for a Wayfarer's Bauble. Check top card. I'll play Urborg, Tomb of the Yawgmoth for my land for the turn. I'll pay 1 and I will Defile Teferi.
Team, I'm super dead.
All right, I am going to, pay Urborg. I'm going to cast Culling the Weak. I'm going to sacrifice the Burning Rune Demon for 4 black mana. I'm going to pay 3 life to cast Necromancy. Choose a it's an enchantment, and I'm going to enchant the Burning Rune Demon. And I'm going to search my library again after checking top card with holding priority on Citadel. I'm pretty low on life, so Blake, you have choices.
One goes into hand, one goes on the graveyard.
Into graveyard, yep. It's actually an interesting choice because I only have 4 black mana.
4 black mana.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do.
I think I'm super dead if I just straight up give you reanimate. I think I need to hedge that you don't have a way to get an extra mana. Yeah. Because it's not like that big of an upside to give him this and make him spend 5 life out of the 5 million he's about to gain. So you're going to get Grey Merchant.
So this goes to my hand.
Correct.
Okay. Check top card with Citadel. I will pay 2 for a Meat Hook Massacre.
Okay.
Check top card with Citadel. I will use one of my floating black to play Sensei's Divining Top. I will tap the Sensei's Divining Top to draw a card, replacing Sensei's Divining Top on top. I will pay 1 life to recast the top. I will look at the top card. I'll pay 3 life to cast Skullport Merchant. When this enters the battlefield, tapped, I will make a treasure, which is still 1 short of casting the Grey Merchant. I will pay 2 life for a Jet Medallion.
Dang it, he got there!
Off the top, that says all black spells cost 1 less to cast.
Yeah.
I will use 3 black in the mana pool, 1 reduction from Jet Medallion. I'll sacrifice a treasure. I'll cast Grey Merchant of Asphodel, tapped. I will drain the table for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I will gain 9 times 3, 27.
I have a question.
can't.
Isn't it 11
Okay.
because of the Grey Merchant as well?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It is for 11.
That's
Thank you.
very different.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
because that would
that's
kill
Shea's
Shea
life total.
too,
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to respond with a Veil of Summer. Draw a card if an opponent has cast blue or black spells this turn.
Yep.
That's been covered.
It won't save you from the Grey Merchant, but if you draw like a Beast Within and blow up the Citadel, that would.
Yeah. Okay. That was not it. Okay, then I will also respond with the War Room. Pay that 1 and draw. Okay. I drew something, guys.
Okay.
Play Deer Outs, let's go.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to tap the Ancient Tomb and a green. Thank you for a Beast Within.
Oh!
Unfortunately,
Targeting
that doesn't save you.
the Merchant.
So now that you're at 8, there's there's nothing you can target that's going to save you.
Okay, it doesn't. Okay.
I don't think so. So if this is gone or if this is gone, it's still.
Because they're both 3.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no.
Just because of my 2?
Because of the Ancient Tomb.
I don't think there's any other way I could have. No.
No, you did that as well as you could.
I mean, if you wanna play that, I still understand it. What did you want? What would you like
Give
to
Ben
target?
a better chance.
40. I mean, you are getting
I should target the Citadel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to gain 33 life.
Oh, that sucks. I think I was gonna go the distance.
With 33 life more?
Yeah, I think I was gonna go the distance.
Oh, man.
Okay, Citadel. Citadel will die. I will get a beast.
You will get a 3/3 Beast.
All right, I will get a tapped 3/3 beast because of Urabrask, and I will drain the table for 8. So, nice try, Shea.
You gain 24?
Wow. Yeah, I'm still gonna gain back 24.
Yeah, it's pretty damn
I will
good.
respond with a Mystic Sanctuary and an island.
Ooh.
My Teferis failed me.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
Yep.
unfortunately for me, though, somebody is still here.
Yeah.
Well, after doing nothing for most of this game, I did deny him the flawless victory.
Yes,
true.
you did, yeah.
Is there anything else I can do here? I'm just tapped out. I'm just 100% tapped out. And Ben's untapping all that mana. And I know one card's still in his hand. All right, Ben, go.
Okay.
Be gentle.
I won't.
It's my birthday,
Oh,
Ben.
no.
It is his birthday.
It is your birthday, yes. Yeah, I'll go to combat. I'll swing all out. That's just CGB, which
All
is
out,
2, 7, 11, 13.
I will take 13, dropping me to 14.
All right, I will make 1 treasure. All right, I'll go to second main. I'll tap 8, sacking the treasure, reduced by 2, and I'll play the Ulamog we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Cash trigger.
Cast trigger.
Cast trigger.
What's it gonna be?
Okay, on cast, I'll target the Burning Rune Demon and the Meathook Massacre.
Okay, those are exiled.
And then Necromancy to the bin.
Yep, Necromancy to the bin.
Then I'll pass.
All right. 3 mana. I'm going to cast Gonti, Lord of Luxury. This is a 2/3 Death Touch. I'm going to look at the top 4 of your library,
Ooh.
Ben, and I'm going to pick a card from among them, and it's mine. It's so awkward because his cards are so good except for his commander. That makes them so bad.
Oh, so sad.
So bad. Okay, I have picked a card. You can put those on the bottom. I'll activate Sensei's Divining Top.
Oof.
I'll put those back. I'm going to sacrifice Wayfarer's Bauble, and I'm going to get new cards to look at because these are gross. I'm going to put a Swamp on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. I'm going to use my Phyrexian Tower to sacrifice Gonti for 2 black mana. I'm going to tap these. I'm going to sacrifice my Jeweled Lotus. What am I doing here in this game if I don't cast my Praetor Commander Sheoldred at least once?
Oh, you got it.
So that's going to enter the battlefield tapped.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't have to sacrifice.
No.
I forgot about the Jet Medallion.
Medallion.
So I'm not going to sacrifice Gonti. I didn't have to there. All right, Ben, it's your turn.
You don't want to attack me with your beast?
No. No, I'm trying to live, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll play a Strip Mine for turn. I will tap a mountain to equip Swiftfoot Boots to Ulamog. Oh, I had to sack a creature at my upkeep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Sack a creature.
I'm going to sack Solemn Simulacrum.
Good choice. Oh no, you draw.
On my first main, I'm going to tap 2 to channel Sokenzen. Okay. Crucible of Defiance to create 2 spirit creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn, and it costs 1 less for each legendary, which I have 2. That's why it only costs 2.
I got some for you.
Awesome.
Whoa.
They have haste. I'll also tap 1, actually, I think, because it's my first creature of the turn. I'll play a Burnished Heart, which also has haste. Then I will attack with everything. 2, 12, 17, 21, 23, 25, coming at you with exiling top 20.
All right, let's exile 20 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ouch. All right, I'm going to block the Ulamog with Gray Merchant. I'm going to block Urabrask with the Beast, and I'm going to block Conduit of Ruin with the Skullport Merchant.
So you're taking Ulamog, Skullport,
Looks like
these 3.
I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6.
6. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go down to 8.
Second main, I will sacrifice my Strip Mine to target your Urborg.
Okay.
Just-
you don't
just
like
go.
Swamp Walk?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll pass.
All right, I'm still here.
Still kicking.
I will untap. I will, on upkeep, use Sheoldred's ability.
Anything good?
I've got a few toys up my sleeve. I'm going to get back the Gray Merchant. So this is going to drain Ben for 6, and I will gain 6.
Right.
All right. I went for the highest possible upside that I could on this.
Okay.
Mana!
I'm going to cast Apex of Power.
Oh my god. What?
Exile your top 7 cards. Oh no. No! I may play them this turn, but if this spell was cast from your hand, make 10 mana of any one color.
No!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're exiled.
Oh.
I can't play any of them because I don't get the mana because it wasn't cast from my hand. It was cast from my exile.
Oh.
Worst birthday ever. Ben,
I think Santa just handed you a bag of coal. But on your birthday. Yeah. You like specifically delivered it on your birthday.
Ben, your turn.
All right. I'll untap. Yep. I will
Sacrifice.
Sheoldred. I'll sack one of your generous spirits. And then I'll draw for turn. The treasure I got from last turn, I'll exile it, or sack it to exile the top card. Anger.
I'm feeling that.
Why not? Let's cast that.
Uh-huh.
For 4. Now if it dies, my creatures have double haste.
Also, my Gray Merchant's tapped because of Urabrask.
Oh.
Right. Okay, I'll do the same thing I did last turn. Swing out. 3, 13, 18, 22, 24, 26. Exile top 20.
All right.
I might mill you at this point, but I think you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is what's left of my deck.
Ooh, that's not a lot.
Not much.
Ooh.
I will block Ulamog with the Sheoldred. No. I will block Ulamog with Gonti, and Sheoldred will block the Conduit of Ruin.
Okay, so that's 3, 7, 11.
Oh god, I'm still alive?
Jeez.
Okay. I don't deserve to be. I should be totally dead for that.
I will make a treasure from doing damage. I'll actually tap 4 and sack the treasure for 5 to play a Sunbird's Invocation.
Oh my.
Reducing it by 1 with the Ruby Medallion.
Okay.
And then I'll pass my turn.
Sheoldred did kill the Conduit of Ruin.
Oh, yeah, she's a big guy.
Big gal.
Girl.
Gal.
Sorry.
On my upkeep, trigger is going to target Gonti, Lord of Luxury. I am going to use Sensei's Divining Top in response. All right. I'm going to return Gonti to the battlefield tapped. I'm going to look at your top 4.
Okay.
I'm going to choose this card. These go to the bottom.
Okay.
I'm going to draw for turn. I'm going to play my land for turn. I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to cast Ironcrag Feet. Add 7 mana. I may only cast 1 more spell this turn. I'm going to tap Phyrexian Tower. I'm going to sacrifice Gonti for 2 black. Happy birthday to me. Torment of Hailfire for 13.
What?
For 13?
For 13, you repeat the following process X times. The number is 13, the lucky number. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. I don't know if it's enough. 13 times 3, though, is he's going to have to give up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, discard first off, because that is flashback anyway.
Here, let me count
Yeah, sure.
the number of.
Yeah.
You have 12 more left.
I'll sacrifice the Grim Monolith.
11,
I'll sacrifice the Ruby Medallion.
10,
I'll sacrifice the Swiftfoot Boots.
9,
I'll sacrifice the Spirit.
8,
I'll sacrifice the Burnished Heart.
7,
The Sunbird's Invocation.
6,
Non-land?
Yeah.
Okay. Anger.
5 more. You could pay life.
Yeah, I think at that point I'll just pay life. So I'll pay 15 life to go down to 11.
I thought it would be enough. It's not enough. Ben, it's your turn.
Untap. At my upkeep, I'll sacrifice a creature.
Yep.
All right, I'll sacrifice Professional Facebreaker to the Sheoldred, draw for turn, and I'll attack again for
Yep.
14, exiling your top 20.
Yep. I've only got 16, so Ulamog got the rest of it. So I could block, but I'll just, yep, that's it.
Oh, man.
You got it, Ben.
Wow.
Let's
I didn't think.
Back to back!
Back to back.
Double wins. Wow.
Holy cow.
Wow, yeah.
Does that mean all of us have done that?
I don't know.
I think so.
Noisemakers for Ben, guys.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right.
Woo.
Production loves us.
Okay, we're back with our card of the game.
TheCoolStuffInc.com.
Yes, of course.
Card of the game.
TheCoolStuffInc.com, card of the game. And my friends Eldrazi just came through, so Ulamog finishing, not really blow, he just kind of swung at him, and he's like, where'd he go? So,
I mean, he did a lot.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
exiled 2 Praetors, right?
Yeah.
Vorinclex. He came back again. He exiled 2 more things from my side.
Oh, yeah.
And he exiled about 60 cards from my library.
yeah.
I'd like to say I helped with my Cyclonic Rift, because I let you cast him again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't regret tutoring for him with the conduit.
No.
Yeah, no,
certainly
definitely
not.
not.
Yeah.
Definitely
That was pretty
not.
good.
Yeah, Blake, what is your card of the game?
For me, I went with Force of Will because it was really, really necessary for keeping out Jin-Gitaxias. I normally don't pick a counterspell, but in this scenario, it got the Plague Crafter. It was like the only thing CGB did for like the first 7 turns of the game, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, you force of willed, double force of willed, freaking limited Rockstar Plague Crafter. Yeah.
Hey, you can't forget about the other play you had, the Sensei's Divining Top.
Oh, I did have the Sensei Top.
That did happen too. Yeah. All right. My card of the game is going to be Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Certainly a throw on my part to fetch a card that didn't make mana and strictly just exiled my top 7, which, looking back on it, is also what lost me the game because of the Ulamog exile being 16
So
in
you
the
wasted
last swing.
Oof.
Yeah, I literally couldn't have thrown the game harder, but Gonti did Gonti's best to bring it home for my birthday. Just served me up a way for me to defeat myself on a silver platter.
Man, jeez.
There you go.
And Shea, birthday girl, what is your card of the game?
Yeah, my card of the game is Vorinclex. Really put in a lot of work to slow you guys down, especially Blake with those extra turns.
It basically made my double turns into single turns because one of the turns was spent on tapping. So it was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, so really you guys should be like thanking me, right? That's kind of the idea.
I had a really good time not playing Magic for about 3 turn cycles here. That was really cool.
Yeah, right?
I hate it when the right plays to do nothing for that
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
when I'm not a blue mage.
Yes, that's fair. That's
No,
fair.
that is totally fair.
Oh man, well there you go, guys. We got one winner here with our Urabrask.
I think that's it. I think the Eldrazi have to show up and team up with the rest of the multiverse to take out the Phyrexians.
Truly.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the way
yeah.
it has to be.
But before we go, Shea has some amazing patrons to thank.
Yep, we've got some salutations to
Yes,
do.
we're back with some salutations. So the rest of the patrons we'd like to recognize are Alex Decker, Callum Marsh, Gabriel Hooker, Deathstore 1305, Lord Kaiju, Azara, and John Gentilini. John Gentilini.
Thank
So-
you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
That's a wrap. And always remember, you're cool.